today's market update is, well, we need to talk about it because we've just seen an interest rate change from the central bank this last week. And while it wasn't much, it was only a quarter point. It's every little bit helps for real estate investors out there. And we're going to key in on the numbers we always do, the total sales, the average price, and the active listings. But before we do, if you look on the left-hand side of this slide here, we have the city of Calgary total sales, and you can see since 2022, the sales have been on a steady decline. Now, 2020 could be the benchmark here. That's where COVID was. Nobody was buying anything. That's why the sales were so low. But after that, once we came out of COVID, sales started to rise. 2021 went right up to 2022, and then they've started to fall a little since. Now, 2025, they're falling quite a bit faster because of all this uncertainty out in the world right now, the tariffs and Trump and the uncertain. We have a minority government running our country right now, so they haven't even put out a budget yet. Once they put out a budget, we'll see whether they hang on to power or how another party props them up. But there's all this uncertainty in the market, and that's keeping buyers on the sidelines.
Yeah, Carly, what are you seeing out there? Because we know you're out there. We see the videos. How is the listings going? And is there a lot of action? Is it slow? What's going on?
Yeah, it's definitely slower. And I think those people who are moving into upgrading their house, I think they're kind of holding off right now. So people who already have a home that is meeting their needs, but they might want to upgrade to a different community or maybe a little bit more square footage. I find that they're kind of holding off because of the uncertainty and everything that's going on. So I think that's definitely showing in sales.
Number of sales. Showing. And so for everybody out there, you can see 2021 has started to go crazy. That's when all of these realtors appeared. We have to tell you, we went from 6,000 realtors to 8,000, and we can tell you that there's a massive decline going on right now, and you'll see those realtors coming out of the market. And unfortunately, just to speak to that, I know it's a little bit off topic, but I can speak to it because I like to talk to the guys. We got some realtors coming from different offices back into our office. And I can tell you that social media made it look so good, right? Tim and I never did social media. Carly's got us doing this a little bit. We love it. It's great. It puts out a story, which is really good. But we can tell you that real estate is a bit of a grind. As a realtor, we day in, day out, love this investing gig. It's not for everybody. We want to change people's lives. We just didn't want to be just realtors. We will buy beautiful homes for people and sell them. Don't get us wrong. But you can see there's a decline in sales. When there's a decline in sales, of course, there's going to be a decline in realtors. And then how long will this last? You know what? You normally see when you have an interest rate reduction, or any which way it goes, you normally see it takes a couple of weeks to 2 months to actually see a difference in the market. And then we're going to get into the colder months. So for investors, what this looks like, we've never seen properties. We've never been able to get properties like we're getting right now. We're buying legally suited properties for the lowest price we've seen in 3 to 4 years. So I could tell you some of our clients are hitting a home run. One guy bought in Royal Oak, which is unbelievable, a suited property. Nodonji and Beatrice bought a property up there for $550,000, a bungalow, suited. And when it's fully rented, it will cash flow close to $1,000 per month. That is unheard of. We haven't seen that for the longest time. So there are deals out there, and the properties that we're buying, are either really cheap because they need work, or you're buying properties at a really good price with many, many upgrades already, or they're already legal. So it's win-win for the investors out there.
Yeah, and that's reflected in the numbers on the right-hand side here. You look at the total sales, the change from September of last year to September of this year, sales are down 16%. Now, when sales start to drop by that much, normally there's a fluctuation month to month in a stable market. Upwards of 5% month to month, they could change. But when you're seeing 16% drop year over year sales, and the months before that, we went all the way up to 50% drop. So we're still seeing huge drops in the total sales, the amount of sales. And that's actually a good thing for investors, because if you look at the third line down there, the active listings, they're actually up 39%. Now, for a real estate investor, that's very, very positive. That means you have more choice. There's more on the market. Any type of property that you're going after, whether it's a suite of property, a townhome, or even a condo, there's more inventory. That gives you a better chance of getting a property that you want. I mean, gone are those days of 2, 3 years ago, we were going into multiple offers on everything. It was frustrating all around for realtors, for investors, for home buyers, because people would put offers in on 10, 15 properties and still not get it. Now we're going into a market where a real estate investor can get out there, look at a couple of properties and put an offer in on the one that he wants and actually get it. So it's very, very positive for real estate investors right now. And if you're looking to get into the market, we suggest you get your ducks in a row and start to get things ready, because this could change as soon as there's a trade deal. Yeah. Exactly. So one more thing we're going to look at is that average price. You can see it's still basically flat, down 3.34%. That's great news as well for us. That means prices are holding. We're not seeing these drops that, if you read the newspapers, people are talking doom and gloom, like you're going to see a 10% drop. We haven't seen that in Calgary. We haven't seen it in Alberta. That is just month over month. Year to date, we're still up about 4.5%. And while we complain about that 4.5% as real estate investors saying, oh, it's nothing, Calgary's 75-year average is 3.5%. So we're still ahead of the 75-year average. So these numbers are looking really, really good for real estate investors. Keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on what's happening in the world as well, because that will determine where this market's going to go. And we think it's going to turn to the positive very, very shortly, if not before Christmas, shortly after Christmas.
Yeah, especially with population growth that's coming and the infrastructure that's being built. They're building everywhere. It's crazy here. Like the construction is really taking place, and Calgary is going to change again next year. Like, we didn't see construction for a number of years, and now there's all these massive projects going on. So very exciting for Calgary investors for sure.
Okay, so that's our real estate market market update for this week. Hope you got a lot out of it. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. We'll be happy to answer. We're going to get right into our seminar shortly. Danielle DeMarco, who we talked about, or who was going to be on today, she's our real estate investment mortgage expert. She was busy with clients tonight, couldn't make it. So she's our mortgage expert. If you need a mortgage broker, put her contact info down, and she'll be on our next seminar in 2 weeks' time. So we'll be happy to hear from her again.